You know when you see something totally new and you love it, so you buy it, and then suddenly you start seeing it like everywhere. It can be like a car or a new jumper, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Welcome to your reticular activating system, and today we're going to talk about it and how we're going to use it to supercharge your goals. Welcome to the Lifehack Show, where today we're going to chat about how your reticular activating system and your subconscious brain are going to help you achieve your goals faster and better. I'm your host Jade, and what is the first thing we're going to chat about today? Probably the what, the why, and the how is your reticular activating system, and how is it causing you to self-sabotage? Well, let's start with the how. No, let's start with the what. So what exactly is stopping you from achieving your goals? It's not people, it's not a lack of time, it's not a lack of resources. It is the fact that you are subconsciously sabotaging yourself. People have proved time and time again that you can literally do anything in the world if you believe in it. And if you don't, your brain will lead you down the road to failure. So today we're going to talk about how your reticular activating system backs up your belief system and how we're going to use it to make sure that you can no longer self-sabotage. What is your reticular activating system? Well, from a biological point of view, it is a bundle of nerves in your brainstem that filters information that is important to you. It's kind of like a spam filter, but for your brain. So you know when you hear your voice out of the corner of your ear and you're drawn to it? That is your reticular activating system. Its job is to send your interest, attention, and focus towards something that is important to you. Just like when you're walking down the street and you see an extremely handsome wooden chair in the window, you needed a wooden chair, your brain knew that, it drew your attention to it. That is your reticular activating system. And now we're going to talk about how it works. So how does it work? Well, let's kind of start with a very basic statement. Brains are very complex and the world is very complicated. We deal with a lot of stimuli constantly and your brain will get overwhelmed, so it has to filter it out. That is billions of bits of data. We do not need to know the color shirt of every single person that is walking in a crowd, else our brains would explode. So here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that the conscious brain can process 40 bits of information a second? So much, right? Until you realize that the subconscious brain can process 40 million. That is the different sizes of your conscious and subconscious brain. The subconscious is where all of the magic happens. And your RAS's job is to filter it and work out what is important to you. So, like if you're in a crowd and you're looking for your friend and you know that he has a red shirt, you will block out all other stimuli and information just to look for that red shirt. And you'll find them pretty quickly because that is all that your attention is looking for. But the subconscious mind is where all of the extra information is stored. So that is where all creative problem solving is. It's happening in the back of your brain. So your subconscious brain is still picking up all this information, but it's being stored in the back so that one day you have a problem and you'll just leave it and you'll think about it and your subconscious brain will go, oh, but this information, oh, but this information, and then create the answer for you and then just like pop it into your conscious brain. It'll pop out of nowhere and you'll be like, oh, of course, that's the answer. That's how your brain works. It is magnificent. But we're going to talk about why it does what it does now, because this is where it gets kind of fun. So why does it do what it does? And how is that stopping you from achieving your goals? Well, your reticular activating system has a job, and that job is to back up your belief system. Like any good scientist, it has a hypothesis and it finds evidence to back it up. So its primary function is to support and endorse your belief system. But unlike a scientist, your reticular activating system does not have a concept of truth or false or opinion. It just sees information and it will provide information to back up your belief system. For example, say that you believe that you can't dance. Your reticular activating system will find evidence of that and bring up memories and times that you couldn't dance, and that will showcase all of these amazing dances just to prove how further incompetent you are on the dance floor. That is the power of your reticular activating system. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, it provides information to back up a belief. Sounds bad because it feels like your reticular activating system is working against you, but it's not. That's just its job. Your reticular activating system is just a tool to provide information to your brain. You're the one that has the belief system. And this applies to abstract beliefs as well, like I am not good enough, I am unworthy, I will fail at this, I do not deserve this. Your reticular activating system will back up these belief systems to make it feel overwhelming and therefore true, even if the information it's providing you is not true. So if you have a goal and you do not have a matching belief system, you will fail because your brain will sabotage you. So you have a goal, you want to learn to dance, and what do you have to do? You have to practice, you have to go to dance classes, you have to learn stuff, watch some YouTube videos. Well, your brain will find ways to put it off, they will find ways to avoid it, it will find ways to stop you practicing because your brain doesn't believe, it goes against the belief system, it doesn't believe you, so it will find ways to procrastinate. And this seems bad. But here is where the really, really fun bit comes in, because you can change your belief system. Even if you've had it all of your life, you can change your belief system. So this is where I draw a line in the sand and you say, I used to believe this about myself, but no, I now believe this, and I'm going to continue to believe this. And I don't believe that anymore now. You can install this new belief system. And the best part is your reticular activating system will find evidence to support your new belief because you've chosen it, it's important to you, and your reticular activating system will find evidence that you can actually dance and you can do this. And this is the most interesting part because you had this negative belief and it stopped you actually practicing or even trying because you didn't believe you could, so why bother? Now that you have this new belief system installed, you actually have the opportunity to practice because, let's be real, we're all born the same and we suck at stuff. And we suck really hard at the start, but we never actually try if we don't believe in ourselves. So freeing up this new belief gives you the opportunity to go practice and try because you're the one that's holding yourself back because you don't believe you can do it. That is the power of the reticular activating system. So let's get into what we can actually do about it and some practical steps on how we can make sure that your reticular activating system is always focused on your particular goals. So let's do a quick summary because I've given you a lot of information and we just want to quickly make a little nugget version for you. So number one, the reason you are struggling to achieve your goals is because you are self-sabotaging. Number two, your reticular activating system has a job. It is a tool and its job is to find information that is important to you. Number three, your reticular activating system looks for information based on your belief system because it will back it up, which means that if you don't have the correct belief system, you will not achieve your goals because your brain will find ways to stop you achieving it. Subconsciously, it will procrastinate you. Whichever way it works, it will hinder you and stop you achieving your goals. So let's go into like a how, like what are the steps? What functional things can you actually do to make sure that your reticular activating system and your subconscious brain aren't sabotaging you? Well, let's start with number one, I think. Yeah, let's do number one. So step one is choose a goal and choose a corresponding belief system. You have to do them both at the same time. So you have to have a belief system or a new belief system that is going to match your new fantastic, wonderful, amazing goal. This can be for an existing goal as well. You can just try and install a new belief system right now because you might have a subconscious belief system that is sabotaging you. So let's do an example. I am going to learn to dance because I believe that I can dance because that is my new belief system. What's a smart goal? So why am I going to do it? I'm going to do it to impress my mother-in-law. How? What are the steps? I'm going to practice for an hour 4 times a week. I am going to go to a dance class once a week. It's by 12 weeks, I'm going to dance at my friend's wedding, and I am going to my friend is going to keep me accountable. That seems like a good, solid, descriptive goal, although I have no way of measuring it, but it's hard to tell how you can measure how to be good at dancing. So that is my complex SMART goal. Now, if you don't know how to goal set, do not worry because I have linked Justin's video on goal setting in the description box below, and we have a free PDF for you called the Foolproof Guide to Achieving Your Goals, and this is actually the first step and it is really cute, and that is in the description box for you as well. So if you do want to not sure how to set goals, go in there, set them, and then come back. So step 2 is visualization. This is incredibly important because I want you to picture what it's going to feel like when you achieve your goal, because this is what professional athletes do everywhere. They picture the landing or the ball going in the net or the barbell landing on their shoulders. This is a powerful, powerful, powerful tool because it keeps your reticular activating system focused on what is important to you, so it can find information to back up your belief system so it can help you achieve your goal. It works for you. So let me tell you a story. I hate the sound of my own voice. I feel like it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. I can't stand it. But I've had this belief for a very long time, and my reticular activating system has found new and wonderful ways to make my voice sound weird so that I don't feel so uncomfortable in my voice. Now, I don't make these choices anymore. I've never made these choices. My subconscious brain hears words that are said in a funny way and incorporates them into my speech pattern, and I don't choose it. So I just say stuff in a really strange way, and my family will always turn around and be like, why do you speak like this? And I'll be like, because I have a belief I have a horrible voice, and this is the only way that I feel like I can speak without people going, you have a horrible voice, because they're more focused on the fact that I'm saying such strange things in such strange ways. Distraction. As the power of your reticular activating system, and the power of it can work for you or against you depending on your belief system, because I'm not sure how to change it now unless I change my entire belief system. So that is the power of visualization. So let's move on to the most important thing that you need to do. Number 3, keep correcting your mindset. This one is so important because old habits die hard. You have this big ingrained belief already about yourself. And if you're trying to install a new one, your big old brain, your reticular activating system will try and build on the one that's already existing because that has the most potential. This little one is just a little baby. It's not really interested in that. So you have to keep focused on your new goal. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you take care of the things that you're saying inside of your head. You should already be changing the way that you're thinking to something positive. So if you think something negative about yourself, you should already be correcting it to something positive. This is so important because if you don't, your reticular activating system and brain will just go straight back to the old belief system. You have to keep focused. This is where things like affirmations can be so powerful. And if you have them like scattered all around your house so that your brain is always subconsciously seeing them and being reminded of this new belief, this will help you have a stronger new goal and a better belief system, because else it'll all go backwards and it will just, like our brains, people are inherently lazy. We are more than happy to go back to our old goal or way of living that we were before. To change takes effort, so you have to stay on top and stay focused and make effort to grow this new little belief. Number 4, daydreaming. Now this one sounds a little weird, but I think it's a very powerful, useful tool that you can use. I want you to just daydream about what it's going to be like succeeding. Like, what conversations are you going to have? Where's it going to be? What's it going to look like? Who's going to walk over and congratulate you from being the best dancer they've ever seen? What's it going to be like? Just, you know what? Leave a comment in the description box below. Actually, tell me what it's going to be like when you achieve your goal, how it's going to feel, who's going to say what, like all that jazz. Put it down and daydream as much as you can. So if you're just waiting for a coffee, have a little daydream about it. If you're just waiting for a train, little daydream about what it's going to be like. It helps keep your reticular activating system focused so it doesn't go back to that old belief system and that old goal, so it doesn't procrastinate you. Daydreaming about succeeding will help you succeed. Sounds crazy, but it works. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that you have a free PDF to a foolproof guide to achieving your goals in the description box below. And I hope that all of these help you achieve your goals and you plant new and wonderful belief systems in your head. Have a great day.